Hi, my name is Dallas Scott, and today we'll be learning a little bit about the Korg Volca series of analog ribbon synthesizers. These are great entry-level synthesizers, perfect for beginners as well as seasoned musicians looking to add a fun new piece of gear to their studio or setup. By the end of this presentation, you should have the knowledge needed to jump right in and start experimenting with sound, regardless of your musical skill level. Before we get into the functions of the Volca and learn to make our first beat, let's define a few terms and features of the synth. First of all, what does analog mean? Well, analog refers to the modulation or changes to the sounds produced, relying on mechanical function rather than digital manipulation. A couple of comparable examples to this would be an analog clock versus a digital clock. The analog clock is operated by gears and mechanical function within, while the digital clock is run by computer chips inside. Likewise, an acoustic guitar and an electric guitar would be examples of analog versus digital versions of the same instrument. The next thing you're going to want to know is what a step sequencer is. A step sequencer is a function that allows the user to sequence sounds in a repeating pattern to create a loop. This means that you can add or subtract sounds on the fly to create a repeating pattern that you can then modulate and play around with. Since we'll be using the Korg Volca Beats for our demonstration today, let's go ahead and take a little anatomy tour of it. Top left, we have a power button and power inputs. Right now we're running the unit off of battery power. It does take both. On the top left side, we have some sync in and out auxiliary cables. This is to daisy chain or connect more than one Volca unit together. We have a headphone auxiliary outlet. That's how we'll hook this up to some external speakers so that it's a little bit louder than the built-in speakers of the Volca unit itself. This panel here is going to be all of our modulation knobs that correlate to each individual sound that we have available on this unit. Over here, we're going to have all of our sequencing controls. A record button, a pause, and a play button. And we have another button here that switches us from step mode to live mode. Remember, step is when we're programming a loop, and live mode lets you just play things as they are without repeating them. So let's turn this unit on. Hit that power button there. And I'm going to take just a regular, probably about a 6-inch, typical auxiliary patch cable is what this is called. And I have that plugged into my receiver for just some average computer speakers that I have here. We're going to plug that into the auxiliary there for the headphones. And now we're in live mode, so you can hear I play a kick drum when I press that. Let's try a clap out. You can see that. So one interesting thing in live mode is this is a good opportunity to play around with your sound modulations and kind of come to find a sound that you like, you know? I like that, a big boomy kick. So let's start there. We're gonna switch off to step mode here. And now I can place kick drum hits along the duration of the ribbon like that. Let's hit play and see how that sounds. We have a clap going as well here. And with the stutter knobs up here, we can change the way that the time modulation hits that. Kind of a little bit of an echo action happening there. So now that we're here, just play around. Add and subtract different notes. Each of these that's lit on the ribbon is going to play a sound. I can touch them again to remove those notes. And we can pick a new sound, program some other sounds in. And all of this you can do while the loop is playing as well. With these toms, I can take them out or add a whole bunch in at once. These units are great for exploration with sound, for just play and enjoyment. That's really what I use these for. Just for some improvisational jamming, just a little groove going, and they're really, really fun to play with. This unit itself retails for about $150, but I always recommend looking on websites such as sweetwater.com and reverb.com. You can typically find these kind of units in very good condition for a used price, and that would be a great way to start getting into these kinds of units. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to hit the like button, and I hope you get out there and you're able to have some fun with these synths yourself. I think they're really an excellent option for anybody trying to just kind of have a little bit of fun and playtime on the side. Thank you very much, and we'll catch you guys next time.